Here are the top 5 things that we've learned from working with the world's biggest influencers.
Tip 1 is structuring an organic flow with the influencer. Firstly, we only use influencers and work with influencers that really love our product. That way, when they do post, they're much more passionate about it. The way that we structure an organic journey with them is we send them the products first, and once they receive them, we ask if they'll put a little story up without a tag and just mention to their followers that they're going to trial the product over the next 2 weeks. This way, when they do post 2 or 3 weeks later, they've actually tried the product for a time period, and that way their followers really know that they've used the product over a long enough period where you really get to see results. We all know that skincare doesn't work overnight and you need to trial it over 3 to 4 weeks. And this is exactly why we ask the influencers to post on their story first and then have a journey with the brand over a month.
Point number 2 is the value of micro-influencers. And the value of micro-influencers should never be undermined because it's what contributed to Elias Skin growing so rapidly at the start. It's important to have both micro-influencers and macro-influencers going at the same time. And the reason for this is that micro-influencers build up a base and a foundation of growing your brand at a cost-effective way. So when we launched the brand, we sent out to 1,000 people straight off the bat, and that's far cheaper than working with, say, 20 to 30 big influencers, because you're only paying for the cost of good and the shipping for the micro-influencers. And what it actually leads to is when you get those bigger influencers to post, if you've already had the micro-influencers posting for you at the same sort of time or around that time period, you're warming people up to them seeing the brand when the bigger influencers post, which we found led to a higher conversion rate than going straight for the macro-influencers. What the micro-influencers also add is content and reviews. And essentially you're getting this for free and you're getting it quickly. And those 2 things are going to lead to greater marketing efforts, especially when you launch the brand, like a skincare brand, because people want to see results, they want to see testimonials and who's using the product. So I'll explain a little bit about what a micro-influencer is. So our terms say that it is someone between 2,000 to 3,000 followers up to maybe 10,000 followers. That's what we consider to be a micro-influencer. These people are usually people that won't make you pay for a post, which is great for a startup. The second thing we found, and one little tip that I wanted to add, is that we found the highest converting micro-influencers are people that don't have their email in their bio. And that's because they've never really posted for another brand before. So when they do post, it's way more organic and it doesn't appear as sponsored.
Tip 3 is working with influencers long term. This may be signing them up to a 3-month or 6-month contract. The reason why we think this works best is because if the influencer is using your product over a long period of time, it shows their followers that they really love your brand and that they really use your skincare products. If they're chopping and changing skincare products over their 12 months, then their followers aren't going to really buy into it. But if they're only using Elias Skin over 3, 6 months, potentially even 12 months, their followers are going to understand that Elias Skin is their go-to skincare company. And that's exactly what we want their followers to think. The way we structure these 3-month or 6-month contracts is we have month by month by month. And when we go to the influencer or their agent, we have month 1, certain deliverables, which may be, for example, 1 post. Month 2 may be 1 story, and month 3 may be photo shoot. This way, we use the influencer to the best of our ability and have them involved in all different parts of our business.
So point number 4 is make sure you choose an influencer that fits in with your demographic. There are a few tools online that you can use to really delve deep into what their demographic is in terms of where their followers are based, what age they are, whether they're male or female, and this is very, very important before you dive into a paid large influencer post. You also need to make sure that the influencer you're using is going to be pushing the products to a demographic that fits in with yours, because it will lead to them being more compassionate and loving the products more, compared to if you're working with someone that doesn't really fit in well with what you're selling. I'll give you guys a quick example of what we previously did with a paid influencer. So James and I looked at our Google Analytics and found that although our main demographic is 18 to 30-year-olds, we found that 50 to 60-year-old women were actually our highest converting traffic. So we took it to the test and we got a paid influencer on YouTube to do a product feature. And we sold about 150 units in the first hour of her posting. And she was aged around the 55-year-old mark. So that's one quick tip, is to always look back at your analytics, Figure out who's converting well for you and then test that with influencer strategy.
Tip number 5 is making sure when you negotiate the contract with the influencer, you ask if you can use the influencer's content in your ads. The reason why this is so powerful is if you're able to use their content in your paid ads, then it gives you such credibility when you're running ads through Facebook and Instagram. Our customers love to see that people that they know or recognize are using our product, and it makes us a much more credible brand. It makes them think, if this person is using their product, this must be a legit brand. We believe in this brand and we're going to potentially purchase. An example of this is when we paid Tammy Hambrow to post. In the contract, we negotiated that we were able to use her content in our social ads. This was extremely powerful and converted really high because her followers must have seen her in our ads and it made them want to purchase. Some of her followers are diehard fans, and anything that she is part of, they want to buy into. And it was a massive success for us.
Here's one little extra tip that not many brands in Australia are doing right now. It's something known as dark posting. So that's when you actually get the influencer's content and you run ads through their account. So it'll come up with their handle and sponsored on their post.
The reason why dark posting is so powerful is because it's continually being shown to their audience. So instead of coming up as a sponsored ad under Elias Skin, it now comes up as a sponsored ad under their Instagram or their Facebook page, shown to their audience who are obsessed with them. And this is why we think dark posting is definitely a way to go.
So these are some of the top things that we've learned on our journey. We'll see you in the next video.
Hey guys, hope you're loving our videos and that you're getting heaps of value from them. If you are, make sure to hit the like button and make sure to subscribe to join the Foundr fam. If you did enjoy this video and want to continue to master your skills, make sure you click here to access your free training now, where we'll go into way more depth with this founder.